Okay, so right now you need to, can you pull up the link? We need to also see, we need to look at the stream to essentially, can you pull the stream up first and see if everything is going on the stream?
I'm sending it out right now.
Are you sending it out one at a time, or do you have a distribution list to send it out to everybody all at once?
I'm sending them out one at a time.
And that's probably another thing that we need to work on is getting a distribution list. Right?
Yes.
So the problem is if we head down to Washington, what's down towards Ditso in Washington? What's the land like around there?
It's flat.
The topology of the land at Washington?
Oh, Washington has trees.
It has a lot of trees, but is it smooth or anything? You really need to be south. This is an isolated cell on ahead. There is another cell over by Jefferson City that's starting to crop up. So how many people have you sent out to?
I sent it out to Mom, Aunt Sherry, and
Are you copying the same message to everyone? So you can just copy and paste? Or are you typing it in?
I'm kind of typing it indifferent. I typed it indifferent for Mom since she knows what I'm saying.
Okay. But what you probably want to do is do a message one time and then you can paste it.
Okay.
And then this is where, remember, I said we need to sit down and talk about how you can put together more of a distribution list for people. That
Did I send it out to like the Moores, the Peakers, and the Hagans?
Well, that would be fine. So you need to get south. What I need you to do, I need you to kind of get that, because I need to be able to, I need some eyes on what's going on in some areas, okay? So one of the things I need you to have eyes on is what this cell is doing. So I'm starting to see a little bit of curvature in the front aspect, front southern aspect. Right. And more the hill, that's what I'm hoping I don't get. So we need to get out here and lead south. There's a mile of rain south. We need to really get down towards where Aunt Sherry is at. So that's an isolated cell that we're seeing in the southern part of Warren County, north central portion of Franklin County. Rain is into western part of St. Charles County, and there is a severe, that's a severe thunderstorm warning is out for northern Franklin County as well as southern Warren County. So cities, particularly of Washington, Ditso, and Marthasville, are going to be in line for this cell that's coming through. Definitely a lot of lightning. So look at our leading edge, Joshua. Can you see the
Wow.
leading edge? I need you to get a picture when we get on the trains. That's what I'm telling you. That's why we need to get a bit more eyes on. And we need to get over to T here where we can kind of head more south. area is that we're in right that this is all Missouri River area. So it's very hard to see what's happening, and that's where we kind of need to be. It's going off to the northeast. We head down the county line here. So as we kind of hit some of the tops, you should be ready with your phone to grab some pictures. So we're really on the back side, the more northerly side of things, but just so that you're ready to grab anything to that cell. So you see we're under the underside of the anvil right now. So we're headed south on Highway T, west of New Melly. We're north of Washington Ways, about halfway north-south in the western part of St. Charles County. We have a decent sized isolated cell. The front is off to our north and off to our west. A lot of severe activity going on down in Texas and Oklahoma. Some isolated cells up in north central Missouri. But we've got an isolated cell that we're watching right now and trying to get out ahead of. That's right now in the north central portion of Franklin County. So if you're in Marthasville, this is going to be not stretching up to Warrenton, so really Marthasville, Bitso area, you're likely to get some heavy rain here in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so as the cell moves easterly to the east-northeast through Warren County, leaving Franklin County and entering St. Charles County. So we're facing south right now. We see a lot of lightning going on associated with this storm, which tells us there's a lot of wind, a lot of updraft, a lot of wind and turbulence out ahead of it. We've seen kind of the southern edge of the sea on camera right now, kind of peeking here. Not a good angle to be viewing the cell. We're far more north, better view from south looking north of the storm, and we're actually the opposite. So it looks like they are maybe going to extend.
Television outlets or internet sources.
There we go. So I got a feeling they will extend this into St. Charles County, western part. Radio. Why are you turning off?
St. Charles County, East Central Franklin County, West Central St. Louis County, until 6:45 p.m. At 5:49 p.m., a severe thunderstorm.
My radio keeps turning off.
Ping pong ball.
Alright, we're going to continue on.
Threat.
All that is.
The following impacts are expected. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs.
Get this radio fixed. I got some spare time.
St. Peters, Chesterfield, Wildwood, Bowen, Woodsville, Maryland Heights, Manchester, Creve Coeur, Lake St. Louis, Washington, Jardine Prairie, Town and Country, Ellisville, Pierre, Valley Park, Weldon Spring. This includes the following highways: Interstate 44. Missouri between exits 210
What are
and
you
200.
doing right now, Joshua?
Responding to texts.
Hey, I think people should realize
For your
that
protection,
you are
move to an interior room on
I
the
can use your help here looking up stuff.
East Central Missouri.
trying to get far enough south that we miss the hail core. We're not doing too bad of a job. This will take us up to a bit of a rise. So it looks like
Repeating, tornado watch number 68 has been issued from 4:50 p.m. until midnight Tuesday for the following counties in Missouri.
So a bit of an update on the latest radar scans. We're seeing that predominant area of that hail core is headed north of Ditzo. So not sure at this point in time what size hail that we're looking at. Joshua, you getting that? Did you take pictures and stuff over there?
Yes, I'm working on that.
Still the brunt of the storm is still in southern Warren County, just starting to break the county barrier into St. Charles County. Again, as a precautionary, and appropriately so, have a severe thunderstorm warning out.
Lake St. Louis, Washington, Jardine Prairie, Town and Country, Eureka, Alisto, Devere, Valley Park, Weldon Spring, and Fenton. This includes the following highways.
It looks like they still left part of Warren County in that water box.
Interstate 70 in Missouri between
Getting the lightning, Joshua, or are you getting the video of what's storming in is off to your left, up to the west.
For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building.
I need you looking back over here,
Okay.
because I can't watch what's going on with the storm.
A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. for northwestern Franklin and southeastern Warren counties. At 5:39 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was
There we're seeing a little bit of an overhang. Look at that. Do you see that darker dropping right over there to the lower right? I want you to get pictures of that, get video of that.
Okay.
That would be kind of an area of concern. It's probably where more of a hail core. I do see a hail shaft off to the right of that. So we need to kind of get south of that particular area.
Whoa, the lightning.
And steady, don't put your arms on the car door. I think you can put your elbows on the car door so you can hold things a little bit more steady. Starting to get a little bit more heavy rain. We're getting into the yellowish reddish area of this cell that's in southern Warren County, now entering St. Charles County. With some heavy rain, and we expect hail based on the radar signals we're seeing. So you're probably not going to get any more video here until we
That's why I
probably
stopped.
get down to 94, that we can start shooting a little bit more easterly. We have the storm is heading off to the northeast, and exactly what we're looking for. You can probably take a look here. You might have an anchor. We're more facing the easterly direction at this point. So the storm is directly behind us, getting a little bit further ahead of the rain. Josh, I need you looking off to your right, not at your phone. You need to be watching what's going on as it relates to the storm. So that's what I want you focused on.
Your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. A severe thunderstorm warning
south that we're going to miss the hail core. And you have an opportunity here to look back and see if you do have any area of concern. That's always the challenge with being where there's a lot of hills. We do have a angle here. It looks like we've got a lot of wind. One thing to notice. So we have definitely some idea better of what's running us here. We have some scud cloud off to the left. Just a little bit of lower hanging cloud because of turbulence. We have some wind change, variable winds, so they're switching all around again. Multiple wind going out. And of course, with our lightning, so all the wind turbulence is certainly contributing to all the buildup.
It was cloudy with a temperature of 81 degrees.
Right, bulk part of the storm is now really moved into western St. Charles County. We are headed off to our east. Can't see much because of all the hills and everything. We'll see if we get some lookings about us before we my left up in the clouds is where you need to be looking. Back off to my left is where the storm is at. And that's one thing that as a co-pilot or observer, I need you looking back off to our left so that I can pay attention to the road. So if there's anything that would develop, it would be back to our left. A little bit of a head. Basically, area of concern. A little bit of ups and downs here with the hills of 94 as we head east in southern St. Charles County. We are east of Augusta, Missouri on Highway 94. We're tracking kind of somewhat parallel with this isolated cell that's out east of the St. Louis metro area. We're going to be entering kind of the main metro area here within probably the next 20 minutes. Towns that are going to be in the line of the storm are going to be towns such as New Melly. Certainly Wentzville is going to be on the far northern end. Lake St. Louis will be feeling the storm. New Melly, you could probably expect some level of hail. The storm has shown a little bit of more intensification, getting a little bit stronger as it progresses off to the east. We are at the very southern tip, just east of the storm, and we do see kind of the greenish cast. Been familiar with hail and storms. Sometimes they will get, not all the time, but sometimes get a greenish cast about them. And that's consistent with what we're seeing on radar also. We do have a small area of radar return that provides an indication of the hail. should be seeing those. That hail core is basically highway, just fairly south of Denali, north of Augusta at this branches down, so that definitely tells us we're doing good. We're seeing a lot of wind out of the east and southeast, so that tells us that there is some decent inflow, which tells us there's a good amount of turbulence with this storm. We're going by Klondike State Park right now. 94 heading eastbound. Trent and Storm Dash, I need you to be watching back off in that corner, because I because of all the curves, have to kind of stay focused here. We're kind of running around along 94 here, runs along the river bottom, so it doesn't provide a really very good view of where the storm is at, which is off to our left or to the north as we are heading easterly. And a little bit out ahead of the rain at this time. Hopefully we'll stay kind of off a little bit more off to the south and east. So predominant hail core is south of New Melly. Right now kind of about Highway F north of T and south of Highway D, heading off to the east northeast. Again, Lake St. Louis, Weldon Spring, southern parts of Lake St. Louis, Darting Prairie are going to be in the line of this severe storm. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning out for St. Charles County. The storm that has prompted this warning is now entered the western part of St. Charles County, south of New Melly, which is south of Wentzville, staying south of Highway 70. The rain is more intense. Some of the intense rain does stretch up to Highway 70, so if you're traveling along Highway 70, you can certainly expect to be experiencing that rain right now. Just starting to feel rain over towards Interstate 64 and 70. Again, with the front portion of the storm that we are looking to track along with, which has a lot of indicated hail. Off to our left, we do see a lowering, so can't quite tell if that's a wall cloud because our view is obstructed due to trees and terrain. When we get out a little bit further here, we'll be able to get to some rises and be able to see a little bit clearer. So, Joshua, if you want to keep paying attention over to where that core of that storm is at, definitely. So, can't quite tell if we have a wall cloud associated with that or not. Not seeing a lot on the radar as it relates to that. Take a look at the quick look. Yeah, there's not, I don't see a couplet, but we do have some good velocity differential, which means that we have wind at the ground and up into the upper atmosphere that change of direction relates to that storm. That's consistent with the hail, because we have to have a big updraft to take that hail. We're showing now a little bit more intense hail over towards Mechanicsville, which is kind of the Highway D and Highway DD area. And we're going to be making a choice whether we let this storm go here, because that hail is kind of coming up a little bit further on where that is. But again, Hamburg, Toonsville, Mechanicsville, that whole area along Bush Wildlife is going to be starting to experience this the hail here shortly. We might be getting some pea-sized hail here, so we're going to hold off and let this storm kind of pass us by, because we're going to be obstructed either getting into rain or entering Defiance, the city capital of Defiance. A lot of rain behind us. So I think we're going to pull over here. There's an area east of town that we can kind of turn around and have a little bit better view. Of this storm that's off to our left. Again, we are located in western St. Charles County, which is the far west metro for St. Louis. We have an isolated severe thunderstorm that we are tracking. That storm right now is headed into the northeast in St. Charles County. We got a little bit east of this storm. We got some of the rain that's proceeding out ahead of it. But there's some pretty decent hail core as indicated by radar. Again, from the Hamburg, Mechanicsville, Slurberg area, which is south of New Melling, south of Highway D, south of the Bush Wildlife area. That is headed off to the east, headed towards Interstate 64. We're going to pull off up here. We will probably be getting a better view here in just a moment. This storm is heading off towards us. We'll be getting into the hail core. What we're doing right now, Josh, we're pulling off on the drive here. Spin ourselves around so we can be facing more the direction of where that storm's going to kind of come through. Not sure how it's showing up on camera. We are facing back off now to the north, which is facing more towards that hail field. So again, we're under a severe thunderstorm warning for St. Charles County. And while this warning does go off for the entire county, it's out for another 36 minutes. The whole St. Louis metro area is under a tornado watch. And that's for another 350 minutes, Joshua. How late is that until tonight?
I think that's until midnight tonight.
So we have a frontal boundary that is up in northern Missouri, extending further down into Oklahoma, southwest Missouri. That will be coming through our area. Out ahead of that, there will be severe weather associated with that. We're seeing on radar right now, 1 3/4 hail is what the radar is telling us up there. So we have a 70% probability of severe hail and 70% probability of hail. That's again kind of going north of us. That area of concern is now entering into the Mechanicsville, which is again that Highway DD area. Highway D is your east-west road. Actually on track to go over to Weldon Spring, which is where the National Weather Service radar is. So that's a hail hit. We are in Defiance right now in the very southern portion of the storm. And we're watching really kind of as it develops. We cannot get any further south. We are basically bordering the river at this time, watching and seeing how this develops. If we look at really winds associated with this, that area of those winds are actually just off to our north. I'm not seeing anything that would indicate any type of potential tornadic activity of any significance, but we are certainly seeing hail, a decent sized hail core that extends from about from the Hamburg, from the Highway 94 heading east on D. So that's going to encompass areas like Bush Wildlife, all the way over to Highway F, south of New Melling. And we've had a couple hail dings here. Not surprising, since we were trying to kind of stay out ahead of that. And we have another storm chaser coming up behind us, it looks like. So we're going to hang here and watch this, because again, not seeing any strong couplets on our velocity. What that means is that at an area of convergence that would suggest by radar that there would be a tornado. So we're going to put the camera back on the road. Hang here for a few minutes where we know that we can pull out, get a little bit better idea where we can see a little bit more of the storm. We do have another cell that's off to the west that's actually showing some interesting signatures associated with it. This is down towards Jefferson City, southern part of Jefferson City, Wardsville, and Taos. We do have a couplet that's associated with that. Severe tornado or thunderstorm warning, excuse me, a severe thunderstorm warning is associated with that cell down south of Jefferson City. Another hail hit. So this is heading off towards towns like Lynn, Gasconade, Herman, New Haven. And you can expect that cell to enter the area here probably within the next half hour to 45 minutes or so. The cell that we're watching here off of western St. Charles County is moving off to the east, starting to cover the river a bit into, actually this severe thunderstorm warning, let me pull it up here, that is also including portions of St. Louis County. We're starting to see that enter Chesterfield, as well as now Weldon Spring, Dardine Prairie, Cobbleville, you're getting rain. Also right now, we still have that hail core extending back to south of New Melle, south of Highway D. Really kind of staying under the Highway D area. We're in Defiance monitoring this. You can tell really low visibility because of the rain and the wind associated with this cell. Decent wind. That was a good gust. So again, and monitoring the weather conditions here off to the west area in St. Louis. Again, kind of area of concern that we have is the southern part of this cell. We do have some decent wind. That's going to be associated with this hail. That's again able to keep those hailstones aloft up in the freezing area longer, which is going to result in some larger hail. Again, the main part of that hail core is south of Highway D in western part of St. Charles County, north of Highway 94, north of Defiance. Hamburg, you're getting some of that hail right now. And again, this is headed off towards Weldon Spring, Cottleville. It actually seems like the speed of the storm has slowed down a little bit, and that could be potentially associated with this cell bringing up the rear down in southern part of Jefferson County. So this, again, the cell trying to get some trajectory on that cell, but again, tornado watch out. Nothing seeing anything particularly tornadic associated with this cell now or getting hail. lot of rain associated with this. As you can see in the camera, we are seeing some associated ponding. And we have some branches down associated with this. So obviously that wind gust that kind of came through. Small winds down. A decent amount of wind that came through associated with that. We'll be getting out of this field here pretty doggone quick. And we'll just take a short stop around here and spin around. Get down here around the God's Road, we can take a little bit of a turn around here. Across the Katy Trail. More limbs down. Light limbs, small branches, nothing big to talk about, but certainly enough that the wind obviously came through here. Madison Trailhead right down here. That'll give us an area that we can kind of pull off. Yep, it's already behind us. I can tell the radar, last radar pass. We have some decent wind convergence on that we're seeing, so definitely some decent wind associated with this. Facing south, looking over the Missouri River. And of course, with all the wind, we can't see anything right now associated with it. This, again, this cell is headed off to the east, northeast. We're just out of Defiance, the Defiance area. And I got a feeling that was that other storm guy that went by. That was that other storm chaser, random clock. Out and about. Starting to lighten up, so we'll head back. All this will be associated now. So that hail core is headed off. Again, off to the east. So if you are in Hamburg, Centerville, Weldon Springs, Dardine Prairie, those areas, this hail core is expanding and is headed that way. Do you have any comments, Joshua? Any thoughts on what you're seeing?
So, from what I've heard and what I'm seeing, what I've been peeking over every now and then and from looking outside of the truck here, is obviously some, like we said, some decent wind, hail, and some limbs and some small limbs and a little bit of big tree branches down. So I guess that's what I think all I have to add right now.
So just a reminder, St. Louis metro area is under a tornado watch until later into the evening tonight. This cell, and we have one other cell that's out at Jefferson City that is headed towards the metro area. And that cell probably, and I'll get a little spot here to kind of watch the speed of that cell. I'm just estimating here another hour and a half or so. We have some ponding, some standing water, some bigger limbs. Again, kind of associated with this cell. Got some standing water, so just if you are out and about or have family that's out and about, just have them watch for a little bit of that ponding. That'll go away pretty quickly. And again, we do have a tornado warning for that cell that we were monitoring out south of Lynn County. That tornado warning is looking at a cell, so if you are in Lynn, Westphalia, Goose Creek, Take Your Shelter Now, Frankenstein, and Lloydstown. Again, out towards the Jefferson City area, you have a tornado warning associated with your area now. That cell is headed off to the east towards the St. Louis metro area and would be an area of concern to watch. The cell and severe thunderstorm that is associated with the current warning out for St. Louis County and St. Charles County has now moved off to the west, entering more St. Central County, Weldon Spring, Chesterfield, north part of Chesterfield area, Harvester, and Cottleville. You're going to start to experience that hail that we had here, excuse me, in western St. Charles County. Front part of that storm, we're entering around the western part, far west part of the storm at this time. And we will probably not follow the storm too much further. We'll go up here and see if we do have any views of it. We'll kind of monitor the next storm coming in. With the amount of daylight hours, we'll have to watch and see if that storm starts to die down. Again, with the tornado warning for that cell that's off by Jefferson County right now. Again, that's only associated with a cell that is over by Jefferson County, not the cell in the St. Louis metro area. Be one that you will definitely want to monitor. We're heading up here. We're coming up to going by Highway F, coming up to Highway D and Highway 94. We can see some small winds and tricks. So definitely some probably 40 to 50 mile an hour winds were associated with this particular cell. We're going to head up to the north here, making sure we're clear. And probably kiss this particular cell goodbye for us. And if we see a reason to bring up streaming later on, we will bring that up. Again, kind of just to recap the current situation. Have a strong, severe thunderstorm that is headed to the east and northeast into St. Charles County. Part of it is covering into St. Louis County, affecting the cities of Chesterfield and then up into St. Charles County with Weldon Spring, Harvester, Cottleville, Guardian Prairie. You are working on probably getting that hail right now as this severe thunderstorm moves off to that east-northeast. You know where the Weldon Spring radar site is at? That is right now where this hail is impacting. We're a little bit limited because we're so close to that radar to see how that is coming in. But the central portion of that cell is off in that area. Wow, we do have a lot of hail on the ground. We're up here about in the Highway D and DD area. Take some pictures and video, Joshua. We are seeing a lot of hail on the ground. Looks actually like it being snow. That's someone up here trying to see if they're okay. Not sure if they have any hail damage or not. They're picking up hail. So, are you getting video, Joshua?
Yes.
So those of you that are out here definitely had some decent amount of hail on the ground. Probably catching some of that in the camera. That'll be gone in a little bit, but definitely good. Looks like hail on the order, if I had to make an estimate, pea-size hail, but enough hail to definitely accumulate on this area. So glad we were able to get out to the southern side. This is always a good follow-up to kind of see through. Not only the hail, we got another update here coming in from the National Weather Service. We will turn that up here in just a moment. Amount of hail sitting here.
The service in St. Louis has issued a severe thunderstorm for St. Louis City in east central Missouri, east central St. Charles County, northeastern St. Louis County until 7:15 p.m. At 6:26 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Spirit of St. Louis Airport, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include golf ball size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar indicator. The following are people and animals outdoors will be injured.
We got some water up here. Ooh, we got some flooding. Look at this, Joshua. Do you got that?
St. Charles.
Flooding.
Give me your
University City.
radio here. Definitely some decent size, decent flooding going on here in a little bit of a low-lying area. So definitely got enough. Joshua, we got up here. So we've got, again, kind of floating debris along with this. But
Joplin Historic Site, Confluence State Park in First
we'll
Missouri
have
State
to
Capital
pull some of
Historic
this video
Site.
off. We got that right there. We've got some of that. We can toss a bunch of that. So a decent amount of rain here in western St. Charles County. Decent amount of rain in western St. Charles County, coming down some of the hills and some of the lower areas accumulating here. You can also see certainly a bit amount of hail that's been floating as a result, if you will, of this.
Humidity of 54%. The wind was southeast at 10 miles an hour, and the pressure was 29.62 inches.
So it'd be interesting to certainly see how much rain we had associated with this. But again, kind of lower lying areas, we're seeing, again, a lot. There'll be a couple of areas that'd be kind of interesting for us to kind of go take a look and see. A decent amount of hail out here. We're on Highway DD, just south of Highway D. This is going to be southwest of Bush Wildlife. So we're just getting close into that the Bush Wildlife area. So definitely a decent amount of hail associated with the cell that has now moved off to the east into the Chesterfield harvester. Let's see. Maryland Heights, probably starting getting area. So this area associated with the hail looks like it has actually expanded from what it was early when it was further out west here in St. Charles County. But Joshua, you need to keep rolling because there's more. I'm seeing a lot more debris and things like this because that's just as valuable information to collect. We will probably see more debris down, and then also more, possibly some more hail. Probably maybe getting on the north side of it. And then when you're recording, you want to keep yourself. Remember to keep your camera steady. And you can use the edge of the door to kind of help with that. Okay.
A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 6:45 p.m. for Central St. Charles.
All right. Well, we're certainly well out of the weather. We just kept streaming here a little bit further, given what we've seen. I think looks by all appearances here, we've kind of gotten more on the northern side. We do see some runoff going on associated with the rain from the storm in the ditches. Not abnormal. But not seeing many traces more of the hail. Probably had some hail, and that may have melted at this stage. So, Joshua, do you want to sum up anything?
I think you've actually covered what I was going to say.
All right, so we're at the Highway D and DD intersection here by DD Doubly Markets. And we will go ahead and terminate this stream for right now. Again, just be aware, we'll just kind of do a final recap. Tornado watch for the St. Louis metro area until later on tonight. We still have, let me see, that tornado warning, or the thunderstorm warning, looks like that's been allowed to expire now for western St. Charles County. That is off now, has 13 minutes left for St. Louis and St. Charles County. Again, going into the cities of Chesterfield, Maryland Heights. You're going to be involved with seeing that hail core, particularly Maryland Heights here in the next little bit. So And thank you all for watching and listening.